Hi, I'm Paul Beebe, and I thought I'd show you my ukuleles that I use to play the background music for my videos that I've been showing. I built a number of my ukuleles. This is the first one I built. This is a tenor ukulele, 4 strings, and it's a pineapple shaped body. I built from scratch using materials largely that I had already in the shop. The top is, I think, 5 strips of spruce, nice quarter sawn spruce. I didn't have anything big, so I had to use strips. The sides and back are black ash, all locally harvested and dried. The neck is birch. The fingerboard is ebony. I did buy the fingerboard, and I bought it pre-slotted because I didn't have the equipment, but I installed the frets. It's got a rosette of various exotic woods that they're scraps from my knife making. The bridge is Palfaro, again a scrap from my knife making. It's got bridge pins instead of ties for your strings. It's a nylon string instrument, sort of like a nylon string guitar with only 4 strings. It's got Goto closed gear tuners. It's got a strip of Palfaro up the neck that actually goes right through the whole neck for stiffening. It's got Palfaro accents and plastic binding on the corners. The overlay on the peg head is book matched birch burl. All stuff that I've saved from our firewood. This is a 4-string instrument. It's tuned G, C, E, A, G, C, E, A. This is tuned in the typical ukulele re-entrant. So it's high G, C, E, A. Or my dog has fleas. It sounds like this. Because it's got a softwood top, it's a little more guitar sounding than some of the all hardwood ukuleles. That's my first attempt. It's also got a under saddle piezo pickup with a plug-in at the end pin here, so I can plug it into a guitar amp, and which I use in church, so I can, because it's not a real loud instrument, so I can plug it in and play it louder. There you go. So this is this isn't the second instrument that I built, but it's my second tenor that I built. And so this is another similar ukulele to the first one that I showed you. The top again is spruce, book matched. The sides are black ash. This is a little deeper bodied. And the back is birch. That's a little different, with no strip of Palfaro up the center. Still has some Palfaro accent right there. Palfaro bridge. This ukulele has also a birch neck, but there's no strip of Palfaro up the middle of it. But it has a adjustable truss rod in it. So if you take this little cover off, just like on a guitar, you can adjust the neck forward and back because it's got an adjustable truss rod, two-way adjustable truss rod. The fingerboard, you'll see it's in 3 pieces, and that's strips of pau ferro with a strip of maple up the center. And this, I built the fingerboard myself. I didn't have any scrap. This is pau ferro, so it's scrap from my knife making. I didn't have enough to make a full fingerboard, so I pieced it together like that and cut my own slots for frets and put the frets in. The peg head overlay again is birch burl, book matched. Got open geared tuners on this, Goto open geared tuners. The rosette on this one is 1 piece of wood, and it's a piece of birch burl that I've saved from the firewood. These little pick guards here are also thin birch burl, and it's got it's same pickup in the bridge with a end pin jack, so I can play it plugged in. This one is tuned GCEA, just like the other tenor I just showed you, but it's low G, so it's not re-entrant, but it's not, so it's instead of the other one was like that. This one's more like a guitar, so it gives you lower notes for picking. So let's see. Sorry about my playing. I'm just kind of ad-libbing here. This is my first baritone ukulele that I built. Again, it's a pineapple shape. It's a little bigger body. Baritone is the largest ukulele. And this is an 8-string instrument, so it's pairs of strings. So it's got mandolin tuners at the top for 8 strings, and like that. And it's only got 4 bridge pins with there's 2 strings that go into each bridge pin with a little brass divider. I kind of devised that myself, so I didn't have to have 8 bridge pins. Pau ferro bridge. This has got a cedar top, western red cedar. I salvaged that wood from an old window I tore out of my house when I was replacing windows. I found some of it was really nice quarter sawn cedar. So that's about 4 strips of cedar making the top. The sides are black ash. The back is black ash. And it's got a strip of book-matched curly birch up the center. And the black ash and the curly birch are all saved out of our firewood. Strips of pau ferro for accents. Strip of pau ferro up the neck. The back of the pegboard, peg head is solid bloodwood. The front of the peg head, if I can get it without reflections, is wedges of bloodwood and pau ferro in a pattern like that. And the rosette is also the same wedges of bloodwood and pau ferro. The fingerboard is again pau ferro with a strip of maple up the center. And this also has an adjustable truss rod, two-way adjustable truss rod in the neck. It's got trim on the corners for protection. It's plastic abalone looking like stuff. It's also got a pickup and an end pin jack for plugging into a guitar amp. And this is what the 8-string, it's sort of like a 12-string guitar. It's got, so those are octaves. Then the next 2 strings are unison. And this is tuned, a baritone's tuned D, G, B, E, like the first 4 strings of a guitar. So it's really not hard to play. This instrument I play mostly strumming. richer than a 4-string. I can pick a little bit, but I'm not real good on it. So that's my 8-string baritone. And here's another baritone ukulele that I built. This is the third one that I built, third instrument that I built. This is a 4-string baritone. The top is book-matched spruce. The sides again are black ash. I found black ash really nice for bending, and I had some in my shop that I've saved from the firewood. The back is black ash with a wedge of bird's eye maple that I had in the shop. That's something that I had purchased years ago, the bird's eye maple. Strips of pau ferro again. Strips of pau ferro in the end here. Plastic trim. The bridge is laminated layers of pau ferro and maple to kind of show it off a little bit. Plastic bridge pins. The rosette is pau ferro and bloodwood again. The neck, or the fingerboard, is pau ferro and maple, like I've done before. The neck is birch. The front of the peg head is again another layup of pau ferro and bloodwood. This also has the adjustable truss rod in the neck, open geared tuners, and this sounds like this. It's again tuned D, G, B, E like a guitar, the first 4-string. So it's very, and this is the same range as a guitar, so it's very guitar-like in sound, only it doesn't have the 2 bass notes. And again, with the spruce top, it gives it a more guitar-ish sound. Also, I didn't point it out on some of the other ukuleles I did. I've got a sound port on the top of the side that faces you, and it helps sound come up towards the player so you can hear more of what it sounds like instead of most of the sound going out. So that's my baritone 4-string. I love this instrument a lot. It's one of my favorites. Real quickly, I'll just show you one last instrument. This is the first ukulele that I purchased, that I owned, and I bought it. It's a Pono. It's all mahogany, solid mahogany. It's an 8-string, and I've got the strings tuned all in unison. Again, G, C, E, A, I think it is. Yeah, and I use it mainly for tremolo. If you ever hear tremolo on any of my recordings, that's this instrument. I won't go into detail because of time. There you have it. Thanks for listening.